Hey, so this time we're doing a mini business reading for a 2-4 generator, because this is one little sneaky side benefit I give my clients is we do a business reading from the Human Design chart, just so they have the full picture of what markers they're being guided into. So this is the first of 2-4 generators I've got. And this one we can differentiate because her chart has a bunch of left arrows, and the other person is going to have a bunch of right facing arrows. So this is Kayla. She is really good with accounting numbers. But the chart doesn't say she's an accountant. The chart shows her how to differentiate herself, how to move into her role as an accountant, and what the special sauce is that she brings to this role. So let's take a look. Her role in the workplace, according to her chart, is to teach people how to create movements that benefit others. So I'm thinking, since we know that it's accounting, like, how do you create bookkeeping things that benefit, I don't know, maybe small business owners, or ways of auditing taxes and company books that are really useful for nonprofits, perhaps, stuff like that. So Kayla is able to do this effectively, help people create the movements that can benefit people, when she's aware of all the ways that the shadow of climbing the ladder for herself alone shows up in her life. And she chooses to use these experiences as a gift to move through them, not be a victim to them. Because the flip side of just running yourself is those movements that benefit other people, right? So she's able to move through that. And then her special sauce is, not only is she the accountant, not only can she teach you how to do something, like maybe she's an accountant helping you with something in your small business so that you can create the movement that benefits others, whatever your business is about. She's also helping you respond with graciousness and seek a higher purpose, right? Because, of course, a movement that benefits others automatically serves a higher purpose. And she wants to never lose sight of the person behind it. It's not just a movement, they're people, right? So she's teaching people through her accounting work how to be so gracious and see the person, right? And what our clients don't necessarily expect when they hire her is that she takes very decisive action to move forward, but can also just release her grip. So I'm picturing this, because I don't know all the details of her particular accounting practices. Anytime there's an issue with books or paperwork or some problems like that, hiccups, she immediately goes and figures out something to do, submit, follow up. And she's also able to say, I release. Like, we release the timeline. We're not worried about this refund. We're not worried about getting an audit from the board. This is out of our control. We just did our part. We can release, we can let this go and not be worried about it. So it's really useful, like really de-stressing for the people who hire her, that she's back. Both we did immediately moved into action and we're letting this go. It's not her job, not her side of the street, right? Now, her job, so her accounting thingy, becomes source of money when she lets herself get experience over time. She doesn't view it as failing, she views it as learning, progress, and she focuses on getting even better at solving problems. So in other words, the more experience she lets herself gain in this niche, so she does not hop careers, she just keeps leveling up her accounting skills. Like, she can add additional certifications and types of things, but it's all still centered in the field of accounting. That is what gives her money and more money. Okay. Now, her brand as an accountant is realism. But the interesting thing is it's realism plus aesthetics. So brand and image are very important to her. Now, that could be hers and like the way the kind of clothes she wears. Like, maybe she's always really super put together in the client calls. Maybe it's her online presence is like branded to a T. Maybe it's the work that she puts out, like every single statement and thing that she sends has this really great logo and header, and like it all falls into the specific thing. Or maybe all of the above. But the point is, she's an extremely professionally branded person or accountant, and her angle is realism. It's not limitations. We are not limited by your money, your amount of debt, your shoebox receipts, like whatever it is, but it is realism. I know exactly how to work with what we have got. That is her brand as an accountant, okay? So, Kayla, put that all over your messaging, that type of thing. Now, Kayla can also make herself visible in her accounting business when she gets out there and experiences life. So it's not so much that she needs to like go on people's podcasts, is that she needs to get out there in community and be like, I'm attending my kid's game and I'm chatting with another mom in this cool pickup line. And like that sort of thing, she's out there doing things beyond her business That's what makes her visible and people know about her and what she does. Interesting, right? And now, her chart also says the reason she picked accounting in the first place is because she delighted in it, which she did mention that she loved numbers since she was a kid. Like she totally taught herself around multiplication tables when she was like 5 years old. Like, what the what? She loves numbers. And this was a career that allowed her to do that. So she picked it. But the higher purpose behind the career choice is a recognition of intrinsic value. She's like, numbers, books, money, this is important. I want to do something important. I think this career will help me do that, or allow me to do that. Now, the lessons she's learned along the way as an accountant, her chart tells us, are going to be about having a visionary mindset. You cannot help people create movements without being a visionary, and aligning with natural timing. So she's had lessons in her life about this wasn't the right time. I was forcing it. Oops. And I waited, and then it just flowed. So these are also lessons she's going to bring to her clients. So again, Kayla, here are some more messaging angles you can add. You are a visionary and you will help people lean into and recognize the right timing instead of forcing something. It may not be the right time for a business expansion, but I will show you when it is, right? And then what she likes to talk about. So this will come up in conversations with clients whenever she's rerounding them into their numbers. This will come up in her online content if she has any kind of online presence. Embracing your true nature, acting according to your principles. You can see the acting according to your principles right off, right? Like an accountant. We have integrity, our books are correct and accurate. You stick to this. But the embracing your true nature, it's like, what kind of business owner? Is it products? Is it one-to-one high-ticket clients? Like we embrace the right business model and right monetary structure for you. And we structure it accordingly. We don't care if anyone's talking about LLCs if that's not the right thing for you, right? We're going to do exactly what your budget financial structure needs to fit you, okay? So again, she's bringing this up very strongly in her content. Now, the clients, Kayla's best clients, are going to be people who are very open-minded and curious. They're not afraid of money, numbers in their books. They're very just curious, like, what else could I do to expand my financial situation? And they're very resilient with a strong sense of self. Like, they know they might get knocked. Like, maybe they've had some huge tax bills and business debt, but like, nope, I'm still here. I keep going. I still know who I am. I'm not like weighted by that. So if she is trying to up-level her clients, lean into those two things in the messaging, open-minded curiosity and their resilience and sense of self. If you have any clients you want to fire them if they don't have both of those things, okay? Because your people, your accounting clients appreciate the fact that you show integrity. Like that's one of the favorite things they have about you. They can trust you. They know they can. They tell their friends like, I can trust my accountant, my bookkeeper, my whatever the specific accounting service is that you're helping them provide for the movement. And this is felt when you advise everyone without getting caught up in their little business partnership politics. Well, my business partner says this. Well, I'm a counselor and I've got a team and we're all a group and we said we wanted to do that. Well, I'm an OBM and my boss wanted to do this, but I'm not sure if I agree with that now. Kayla stands outside of that. She strictly advises them, stays in her own lane, tells them what the right thing to do is. But she can see what's coming without having to be part of that system. She's so good, so farsighted. Now, to do this, she does have to stop a tendency towards judgment. So, anytime you feel yourself like judging others, these companies that you're seeing the inside of because of the books, that's when you need to pull back, recenter yourself because your integrity, your ability to advise people impartially, is directly opposite your tendency towards judgment. So, you start, you're not going to be able to see clearly from, right? Now, for your clients, the before and after 40, which kind of has a 2-year thing. So 38 to 42, somewhere there, you're going to transition. Before 40, you helped people who needed open-minded curiosity. They needed like to figure out. It's not that they came to you because they couldn't handle numbers. They came to you because they were curious what else they could do, how else they could support the business or something, right? Financially. And after 40, you're helping people who need new possibilities. Specifically, they're looking for new ways of structuring, handling their stuff with me, and they came to you. Now, how you level up your accounting business is when you are very clear you are seeking a higher purpose in this. It's not just about money numbers to you. And every time you hit a bump, aka you are going to hit bumps, you view it as a lesson to yourself. Like, this is a boss fight. I'm going to up level. I'm going to beat this. I'm going to get better. And you do. And that's how you level up. Now, on the income side, your particular money-making talent is when you keep only what's essential. So I'm picturing this as like one avenue might be you're telling business owners like chop all those other streams of revenue. This is the one you got to keep. Instead of fearing failure and resisting change, maybe you're doing that in your own business. Like you keep honing in on the offerings you give your clients. Instead of being like, this has worked for so long, I don't want to get rid of it. Instead of being like, what if this fails? No, no, no. What's essential? It's essential. What's essential, right? And then the way you need to view money, actually, you aren't supposed to do anything with it. You're just supposed to trust your innate talent with numbers is enough and let yourself receive recognition, aka the money from your clients. Just receive, 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 which is a really unique thing for you to lean into because you are so left brain, so left brain. But the way you need to treat the money that you make is just receive. You need to do anything with it. Don't need to give it. Don't need to hoard it. You just receive. Trust that you're going to receive. And you do. Now, you have a good number of superpowers. So let's take a look at what they are and how they play into your business. And again, they will translate into any business you're doing. But let's see specifically how they're coming for your accounting business. Curiosity and ideation and storytelling. And that's kind of interesting. You can see the curiosity and the ideas, but the fact you can storytell and teach, I think you're storytelling and teaching your clients like how to do things. Because you also have the ability to translate limitations and chaos into a new, better, more orderly reality, challenging the status quo and acting as a force for change. So I can totally see that in the financial realm. They're feeling limited maybe in their current company structure. Like, but let's just tweak this and this and this and this and this. Here's a new organizational thing. Here's how your money is going to flow. We've not just changed you, we've up-leveled your ability to change the world because we challenged the status quo of your finances and said, do this instead, right? Now, you also have the ability to improve your position in the world as well as your circle through dedication to service and hard work, which tells me you are, in a sense, climbing the ladder and getting more and more money and recognition because of you and your hard work, your ability to be known for what you do. You also have the ability to fully love and accept yourself and follow your own beliefs and values and convictions. So that's that integrity piece coming in. And probably some of that, I'm guessing, accepting and loving yourself. When you saw how much delight you took in numbers, you're like, I'm doing this. I don't care if other people think it's stupid and they don't believe me when I say I truly love it. I'm going to do it. And you're going to carry that through. Now, also, the centers that you are really high. Because again, your chart's not going to tell you what you're doing, but your role has to include these. Otherwise, you need to swap it. So make sure these are main parts of your job, maybe even main parts of what your container with the clients looks like. Number one, very high amount of energy for work. Got to admit, that's probably super good in the finance profession. Doing any kind of accounting with tax deadlines, blah, 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 blah. You can just go, go, go. Like you are a beaver for work. You can handle tons of it. People might almost think you're an overtime workaholic. No, it's just you have that much energy to use up and you love it. So you do it. Okay, so keep going. You're also fairly high in ability to deal with deadlines and pressure. So again, you don't bring in work home from with you. You can prioritize all kinds of urgent things. Everybody's like, fix my fire. Doesn't pace you. So again, probably really good in finance. When people's freakouts, I've got my priority list and I'm sticking to it. And you yourself prioritizing that. You're fairly high in instinctively knowing the right action. So it's not so much that you have to like strategize how to handle their finances, what you should do with it. You're just like, oh, boom, well, of course, that. And you might not even know logically why you told them to do this. You just instinctively do it because you're so in tune with numbers. You're like, boom, that. You're also fairly high in developing ways to handle emotions, both for yourself and for others. So, like, you're not naturally a super emotional person, what people think of it. But when it comes to money, money brings up a lot of emotions. So you are really good at finding ways for people to like de-stress, get by themselves, separate themselves from here's the debt, or here's how we're going to have to restructure. Here's what my revenue is looking like. I wanted that kind of profit, now I'm not getting it. Like how to handle it, like in person on the spot with clients when they're dealing with this stuff, as well as for yourself, not getting sucked in. If they start spewing any of that on you, you're able to kind of like wall yourself off and deal with that. Okay. So it's actually really handy. Now, you also have an environment, a place that's going to set your nervous system at ease, where your best ideas come for all the money stuff and where the right opportunities are going to find you. which is working where you can watch people and have options. So you may want to work in multiple locations. You may enjoy having some co-working spaces, but maybe even more busy than co-working. That might be a little too quiet for you. You're also someone who like enjoys moving to different cities, traveling, hitting multiple new locations on a trip. So the point being, you want to have like stuff going on in your surroundings, and you also want to let yourself have new like locations. So a lot of movement. It does not distract you from running numbers and doing stuff like that. That's actually what you need to help you focus. Okay. So that was our 2-4 generator with left arrows, Kayla. We'll have another 2-4 generator for you later, but I hope you enjoyed.